Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane and I do readings for Pisces. So today is a day of healing, Pisces. I do these once a month, or try to, where we put out, our greatest fears, our greatest concerns, what's going on in our lives. And Spirit comes in and tries to help us out in these things. We all carry stuff with us. And I feel that it's a good thing that once a month you go in, take a look around, and see what's still remaining that needs to be cleared or taken care of. So after this reading, I'm going to do the singing bowl to clear the energy and help you release whatever it is that you are holding on to. So I have 4 different decks. I just kind of picked them, and one of them I haven't used in a long time. It's the chakra healing cards. We're just gonna pull cards and have a chat, okay, with Spirit, and see what they have to say here. So some of it, or all of it, may relate to you. I'm not sure. Either way, Pisces, we're just gonna you wherever it feels right, and you'll know, because it'll touch you. It'll touch you in ways that you can't really put a finger on. It's almost like a sore spot, right? You know, when you've hit your hand or your leg, and then suddenly you're running your hand over it, and it's like, ooh, ow. It's that kind of thing. You didn't know it was there, or you didn't know it would come to the surface, but it has, and it's making you feel odd, okay? Ooh, the first one is psychic development. So some of you may be going through some awakening pains, I feel, which makes sense, Pisces, because we're always constantly just moving towards understanding more. And the thing is that it's painful, because as you develop psychically, 27, no surprise there, number 9, right? That you go in higher being mode, okay? You go in the realm of where there's a lot less resistance. But we are very much in a resistance kind of world. So going from one to the other constantly, especially when you've been awakened, a lot of people say, oh, how does it feel to be awakened and going through an awakening? And I have to honestly say, sometimes very painful. Because you now know of a better way, or a heart space way, or an energetic way, doesn't mean that the world around you is still working on those levels. So you're having to come back down and deal with other human beings and all of their baggage and your baggage. And that can be hard. Some days you can feel like I've had moments where I thought life was simpler when I didn't know better. It's happened. Not so much anymore. And sometimes the human part of me really wants to take over and be a brat, if you know what I mean, And it's like, well, if they can act badly, why can't I? And the thing is that when you've gone down this road, you know better. You just know better. So it's like that energetic part of you says, behave. But you're feeling like, ugh, So let's pull some more here, Pisces. Peace. Yeah, I'm feeling that this is a lot to do with feeling of being well within the self. It's hard to be peaceful within the self when there's a lot going on around you. I have been struggling with this myself, looking at the world. People tend to go either conspiracy theory, or if you know what I mean. You know, it just kind of, the pendulum swings so far to one side or the other. I'm not going to name names, but I've even seen like people, healers on they're starting to, some of them really like go into the scary stuff, you know, and the fear-mongering stuff. You've got to be careful, okay? The energy that swirls around us affects us more than we know. And that sometimes feels very, it takes away our stability, Pisces. And we need to really, we need to really, look at all of these cards. Love. Love thine enemy. Love thy foe. Forgive. Go into the heart space. And a lot of people get mad when I say this. I know a lot of people get mad when they say this. And I understand, Pisces. Okay? And clarity. I'm going to leave these here for the ones that we're looking at today. I feel as well they're kind of saying a message that if you work on these, you're the violet, okay? Your crown, your eye. There's so much here, Pisces, okay? If you work on your third eye and your crown chakra and your heart space, you can't go wrong. You will get clarity, okay? But these coming out in a healing is telling me that these are the parts that sometimes it's easier said than done. I feel like they're saying it's so much easier to go, yeah, sure, we'll do that, okay? No problem. Let's do it. And it's not always easy, because with love comes forgiveness. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. Even the ones that continue sometimes to, you know, do it. And I'm not saying stick around, but I mean sometimes people that you love, you dearly love, they haphazardly still keep just doing things and being insincere, okay? So you have that friend who keeps apologizing for everything but doesn't change anything. I remember somebody telling me, stop being sorry, just stop doing it, you know, like, maybe it's time to even just say, look, I'm going to give you my love, and you don't have to live up to it. You know, like, it's going to sound weird, but just give it for free. It comes with the same thing with, don't give anything with an expectation of getting something back. If you're going to give something, give it freely, right? That's why when I lent a long time ago to a few friends, and I've spoken of this before, I lent them money, small amounts, big amounts. I lent them money that I didn't want back, that I could afford to lend, that I wouldn't hold over their heads, and it has worked famously in my life. I never get to say, oh, well, you know, no, it was given and forgotten, and I think it's the best way of doing it. And if you're going to love people, truly love them, you know, the ones that are close to you, they're going to have flaws just like you. It's going to sometimes hurt. You're going to hurt them too. It's not a one-way street. But at some point, you have to kind of give love without, you know, expecting a handout. And it has to feel balanced for you. And if it doesn't, then something needs to be done. Peace, I would, you know, that one's going to be a hard one, Pisces, even for me. Yeah. Working on peace is something that is, well, just look at the world. The whole world can't figure it out. So don't be so hard on yourself when you're trying to cultivate that peaceful feeling. Take it when you can. The other day, I got the most peaceful feeling wash over me looking up at some clouds as we were driving by. I looked up at the sky and I had a moment of, I can only call it euphoria and peace. And it felt so good. And I thought to myself, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay? Cultivate those moments. Find them and try to hold on to them. And don't take them for granted. That's all I have to say with that. Psychic development, like I said, awakening, hard. Getting clarity in the world, hard right now. Hard right now. But I think you can do it. Just keep working at it. All I hear from them is that you are far too hard on yourself. We expect perfection from ourselves, Pisces. And I think at this point, we're okay. Okay? Just that these are the 4 things in your life that you are working on is saying so much. Okay? Yeah. Rewriting the subconscious. Look at this. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. I think this applies to all of them, Pisces. Honestly. And that's what I was talking about. Cultivate the moments that feel good. Don't be so hard on yourself when things don't feel great. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself down. Just every time you feel something good, hold on to it. I don't care if it's a taste, a smell, a feeling, a look, having a conversation with somebody that made you feel wonderful, being social. Demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. That's perfect. We'll put that right here. Okay? That's the other part. That's what I was saying. Don't be too hard on yourself, beautiful Pisces. You don't need to be hard on yourself. You need to understand what's going on. You need to understand that when we feel low, like when we're telling ourselves, oh, I can't be perfect all the time. You never will be. The reason that we're going through this stuff is because your heart and your crown and your third eye and your mind, they all want to be synchronistic. They all want to feel good all the time. They want to get the answers. And when we step in a pile of something, that's our path telling us, you may have to move over a little bit here. And that's the whole point. That's why we're here. So why get mad at it? It's a great tool that can be used, right? Your shadow is there to help you see where you need to go and what you need to do. Asking for angelic support. My angels respond when I'm open and authentic about how I feel, right? And that means even the stuff that's not so great, Pisces. Okay? They have said this repeatedly in the last couple of weeks that they are here. They are here to help you. So please make sure to ask and rely on them and ask them for help. These are truly beautiful and peaceful cards today. Pisces, they're something else. They feel like something else right now. Untangling neglect. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Absolutely. Okay? So, that's what I'm saying. Don't be hard on yourself. Remember, you are doing the very best that you can. Remember that the missteps that you do are there to guide you on where you're going. And as long as you are working on these, you are not doing bad. If you were ignoring all of these, then that would be something. But I don't feel that for you. I feel that you're always constantly looking for the clear way, the clear path. So let yourself feel good about it. When something happens and you go, that didn't feel good at all, and that didn't help me, and now I'm like looking for, don't say, well, I'm so dumb, why can't I get it, why do I keep having to redo this? No, don't do that. Don't do that, Pisces. You're absolutely okay. You're absolutely all right. Instead go, I'm so smart to know that I can spot where I need the work. And I'm gonna do the work. And I'm gonna keep trying. Even if I keep stumbling, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep putting one foot in front of the other until I get it. Until I find it. Don't give up. Okay? Alright, so I'm gonna take from Work Your Light. Love this deck. I haven't used it in a while. Such beautiful energy for you this week, Pisces. So I'm going to do the weekly next. And I want you to put a note where you can see it, either on a sticky or just pin it to the wall. Say something like, I'm going to be good to myself this week. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Okay, so write that. Dance with life. Do something. I'm going to do something to change this energy. This is so proactive. It's so like, I'm going to do my very best. Every day I'm going to try and have a good dance and a happiness. Rewriting the subconscious. Working my psychic development. And if you don't dance right, I'm going to sing with life. Deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, and be held. Love that. Okay? How can you find peace? Take care of yourself. Okay? Take care of yourself. Ask for angelic help. And take a rest. Take a much needed rest. Okay? It's okay if you're outside working, in the outside world working, and you need to come home and just kind of bundle up and watch some of your favorite stuff, your feel-good stuff in your favorite blanket. Go to bed early, say hello to your pillow. And thank your body for resting and healing and rejuvenating and replenishing you. That's okay too. That's okay too. You're allowed. And even if you're not going outside to work, do the same thing. Make sure to take care of yourself. Take a walk in nature. Stand outside and look at the rain. It's raining here right now, so beautiful. Spring is coming in. It's feeding the grass. The grass is turning from yellow to green again. Everything is coming back to life. Yes, it's a dingy, dark day, but in this dinginess, there's an opportunity to cocoon and feel wonderful. Okay, those came out in like 5 or 6, so let's see if I can, if they're meant, they'll come back out. Okay. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Okay. I do believe that Akasha is in reference to Akashic Records. I will look, though. I'm pretty sure it is, though. Yeah, it's a library of the soul. So this is where the Akashic records live. This I knew. Okay. If you're waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you're exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It's time to call in support. Okay, there's angelic support here again. Both in the physical realm and the spirit world. So it says to trust your feelings, trust how you are. I also felt as soon as it came out, before I even looked at it, is that this darkness that you feel, it could be something that you have come in to fix, okay? I know there's a lot that has to be said about karmic contracts and past lives. It could also just be a family thing, you know, passed down from generation to generation. That's the same thing, just said in a different way. Maybe you're here to break those type of things. Old resentments, especially with love, old resentments, not being able to forgive. Maybe it's something that's been passed on from generation to generation. And Akasha coming in felt like this is the time to break that. I don't know if you want to call it a curse. I don't think it's a curse, but a long line of things that have been happening over and over again. You're the breaker of that line. And it's done with love, okay? Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And untangling neglect. So this is, again, I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire, right? So a lot of this is giving yourself the permission to put yourself first. It really, that is what that is saying right there, Pisces. Take the time to make yourself the important person here. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not being selfish. You need to take care of yourself. You need to be a happy, functional, well-tuned, well-oiled human being in order to give of yourself to anybody. It's not ruling over everybody. It's not being one of these, a lot of people think it's like those selfish people that, they boss everybody around. It's got to bow to me and do stuff for me. And it's really not that. It's just saying, I reserve the right to be treated well. And if you don't, I reserve the right to tell people that they can't treat me badly. There's a very big difference with that. You stop being the carpet that gets stepped on. You start being the carpet that gets admired. Okay? That people won't step on because you have beautiful, intricate designs. You have value. And if they do step on you, it would be to either sit and give you the love and care that you need, or it's a very different feel. Okay? And that's okay. You need to be clear about your boundaries. You need to be clear about how important you are in the scheme of things here. I hope you guys are resonating. I feel that some have a lot of these. I can relate to a lot of these myself, because especially the heart and peace. Yeah, I'm really working on that. I feel that. So, yeah. Vulnerability. This is confirmation that you're seeking to thread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. There you go. Okay? Let yourself be vulnerable, Pisces. It should probably go underneath the heart, because that's when we feel the most vulnerable. But I'll just leave it here for now. Pisces. Yeah, exactly. See? She's got her heart. I will put it right here, Pisces. I'm going to put it right here. Like I was saying, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have a heart. Hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there's always hope. And I'm going to put it in the peace, because that's what I feel. When you're not getting along, when things are not going the way you want them, you get a lot of this feeling, right? You start feeling really bad, Pisces. They're saying you just have to reach out to them. It could go there or there, actually. It doesn't really matter, right? Listen, actually it goes here. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. Yeah. I think that also helps being a great listener, but I think that psychic development, tapping into your intuition, meditation, and going towards guidance of spirit, it really helps with all of that too. They're talking about your day-to-day, but I think that doing it on a spiritual level helps you on a physical day-to-day level too. You start being more deliberate, quieter, understanding people more when they speak. You can actually see their emotional imbalance, if they have one, when they're coming at you. You can see that it's coming from a place of frustration, anger, disappointment. Not necessarily towards you, just that they feel it, Pisces, that it's almost like you can see the trail of where they come from before they come to you, right? And you can understand in the words. Next thing is give back. Today is a day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It's about giving back without any thoughts or expectations of getting anything in return. I was talking about this at the beginning, right? Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. Okay, so again, I'm feeling that has to do with, if you're going to give of yourself, make sure that you give of yourself without expecting anything back, Pisces. Okay? So they're giving you some really great advice today. I hope that you're willing, yes, and ready to hear. There's no mistakes when words come out with them. Ready to hear the messages that they were imparting here. Alright, let's pull a few tarot cards, and then we will do some, you see, I see there's a lot of alienation, a lot of burden coming in. When you do awaken, it can make you feel alone. And it can feel burdensome. Because like I said, you have this idea that you are a very spiritual being, probably more than ever before. But then you have the contrast of being very human And that makes you feel more human than before. Just weirdly enough, as you feel even more flawed sometimes when you become spiritual, because not only do you think you expect it of yourself, you think others expect it of you, but you're still very human, okay? And I speak for people who are going down the spiritual path. Sometimes you think you should be always taking the high road. But remember that you are here to have this experience as well. You have the Queen of Cups that come in, bringing in that psychic ability, that idea of bringing it in. You're trying to balance it between conflict and peace, so they understand. And the last card is the Two of Cups. For me, this is saying, Pisces, that you just got to try to marry the both, okay? Don't try to get rid of the side of conflict and humanness, because you never will. We're here to experience things. We're here to sometimes have somebody in your face, you know, just throwing you right off course. Do the best that you can. Keep trying. You know about all of this. You know that you always have something to embrace. You're not ignorant to it. Some people are completely ignorant. They walk around not understanding that there's a higher meaning, a higher self. You do. You do. And you're constantly trying to find a marriage between the two, between the darkness and the light, and bringing a balance to it. And that's all you can really do. So today, the biggest part I want you to take away from this reading is, don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Forgive yourself for not being perfect all the time. You're allowed. You're allowed to be perfectly imperfect. You are here as a human being. Even though you're an enlightened and awakened one, you are still a human being, okay? Cut yourself some slack. And know that you can just take a little bit of rest when needed, and just get back up and do it again. You don't need to be so hard on yourself. All right, so I'm gonna take the singing bowl, and we're gonna do a little bit of singing bowl. Now, please, if you're wearing headphones or your volume is very high, know that this is gonna get really loud. So I'm gonna do 4 pass-arounds, and I want you to breathe deeply. And for every exhale, I want you to let go of this tension, of this feeling that you have to be perfect, okay? You're doing greatly. You have a lot of help. And thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to sign off after this. If you have liked this, please make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell to all. Go down in the subscription box, and I should say the description box, and find the link that is my website. If you go there and sign up, I will notify you every time I post a video, and you'll never miss one, regardless if you go on vacation or don't watch me for a month. You'll always get a notification, and whenever you're ready to come back, you'll know I'm here. I'll never disappear, okay? So there you go, my beautiful ones. Here we go. Love, light, and blessings, Pisces. I will see you later for your weekly. Take care.